So I decided to like really make this channel because it's like I see a lot of like, celebrities or, certain people in the industry that just have a hard time moving forward or progressing. And I like these individuals just seem to not understand how to progress. And man, looking at this story, I mean, Gevonta Davis, bro, like the boxer charged with domestic violence, is like something that is common, but is at the same time is something like you can avoid. I mean, like he was charged with simple battery, domestic violence in Coral Gables, Florida, on Tuesday. Following an incident with you know his child's mother at some charity basketball game. It's like the way he yoked her up publicly was insane. Like even on just on his end, like how could you not be so cognizant of what's around you, and at the same time you have so much to lose. 14-second cell phone video that was viewed like more than 7 million times on Twitter. Man, like you can see him walking up as she's seated, like forcefully grabbing her neck. And when you see this, the first thing that comes to your mind is like, oh, what happened? Could she have cheated, or could things have gone awry somehow? And typical situations happen. It's understandable, but it's like when you hold a platform, you respect the brand. You have to be cognizant of that and learn how to maneuver around. You have to have people in place in order to do things or make sure things, get dealt with accordingly. This is definitely something that's, sloppily done on his end. And, this is something that a lot of guys in this industry, a lot of people who are moving forward need to, pay attention to this. It's a lot of ways, a lot of things you can avoid by just learning how to just constantly deflect them. Deflect them in ways that, they say, like, I guess, what do they call it? Conflict resolution, like conflict resolution, because it's just in the heat of a moment, in a split of a second, it's like, wow, that situation could have went left in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Like, say if she would have swung back and would have caused him to respond, then you would have hit her publicly in front of a bunch of people. And like in the heat of the moment, when it's all like a flash quick decision, you don't necessarily think. And, so many situations happen like this, but at the same time, that's why you pay good lawyers good money. So he'll definitely come out. On top. I feel like, maybe worse come to worse, he might deal with a few fines or something, or, some sort of penalties, or be held to social media, his version of like, public opinion. But, this constant thing tends to happen with these guys a lot. It's like the way they move. That's why I decided to start this channel. To give more strategic ways, show more strategic ways of how you can use indirect behavior, to delegate through a lot of the bullshit that, the industry holds. You know what I mean? Situations happen, external factors happen, but how we respond to these external factors can control so much. can value so much. It can do so much and move us forward. But a lot of people tend to forget the subtle things that, push us forward. So, I hope the best for him. But I'm definitely going to start dropping a lot of, high quality edited videos. This is something I just thought to just, kick off with. Something just like super organic and like, unedited and just real, something just to set the tone. Because it's a lot of guys who need like serious direct help. But other than that, it's all good, man. I'm signing out, Let this be a lesson that we all learn. They say, what do they say? A wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man learns from the mistakes of others.